Morizov looks tight, looks in control, and there it is.
Morizov is really cracking that elite, top elite level. He's beating Dave Chafee. So Artim Morizov from Kazakhstan, also known as the Terminator, is facing Levon in July. And this guy, if you don't know about him, if you're new to the sport or something like that, basically he's this guy out of Kazakhstan, super big build. The guy is 6'4", about 286 pounds, and actually he's even heavier now. There's been posts on his Instagram where he's saying that he's over 300 pounds now. He's been bulking. He hasn't competed since he faced, I believe it was, let's see, he faced Ravaz in his last match, and that was back in November. He has not competed since then. He faced both Ravaz and Hermes. And by the way, I found this website called Gold's Arm. This is a great website. It shows like history of an arm wrestler's like recent matches and all their matches that are basically logged in the system here. And I didn't even know this was a thing, but this is super cool. So we can look at how far he's come. So against Prudnik, that was basically a year ago. So he lost to Prudnik on the right. He ended up beating Tobias on the left, which is another super strong dude. Tobias has a match against Vitaly Lalatin in the next East versus West on the left arm as well. So Morizov beat him on the left. He beat Matt Mask, as we remember that match. He beat Derek Smith, completely crushed Derek Smith. Cody Merritt beat Cody Merritt on the left. That was a good match as well. I remember that match. And then it was Dave Chafee. That was the match where people started to realize, okay, Morizov is really cracking that elite, top elite level. He's beating Dave Chafee. Like, he's really up there in that top 5 area. And then if you guys remember King of the Table, he went against David Dadakian. He ended up winning. Basically, it was like the best of 6 in the King of the Table, and he barely won the last 3, and David wasn't able to continue because of an injury, and they had absolute wars. If you guys remember that match, you know what I'm talking about. Then we had Hermes Gasparini versus Morizov, and Hermes was tired. He had a match on the right, and then he faced Morizov on the left. I remember that, and Morizov just crushed him on the left. And then that was the same event that Morizov beat Ravaz on the right as well. So this dude is an absolute beast. He has just the utmost potential in the sport given his frame. He's young. He's only 25. He's 2 years older than I am. He's an absolute monster, and he's going against Levon. He's got the toughest test of any arm wrestler you could face in his next match. And since he hasn't competed since November, that's been like 4 months, and he's got another 2 or 3 months until July. Who knows how big he'll be. I mean, he's over 300 now. I could imagine him at 320, 330 coming into this match with Levon. And Levon said that he's going to cut weight too, most likely. Some of his friends in his recent video said that he should drop about 15 kilograms. That was in the video Levon Returns Home to Georgia, which he just uploaded today. So it looks like Levon is going to get leaner, and Morizov is only getting bigger. So potentially he'll have enough strength to actually get into the match and slow down Levon. Morizov has some significant endurance, as we saw against Dave Chafee. The guy is an absolute freak. Like, oh yeah, here's the match with David Dadakian. This was an absolute screamer of a match. This was the 4th round. David was up 3-0, 3 flash pins, or 3 quick pins, and then Morizov is finally able to stop it, and man, that was close to a pin. Look at that. Holy shit. Amazing, amazing. So he stopped in the hook, and then he's transitioning into the top roll to finish David here. David is just, man, that was an incredible match. I remember that match. Oh, Georgi Zaranov. That guy's world champion at 242 pounds from Kazakhstan, another guy from Kazakhstan. That looks like a match from World Championships. Man, Sperong has a really good top roll, and he's going against Vitaly Lalatin, and I was just watching a podcast with Engin today, and Engin was basically saying that Tobias has a good chance against Vitaly, even though a lot of people will write him off just because it's Vitaly and they hear the name Vitaly. And they know that he basically was the second guy to Levon for a while, but now it's kind of foggy where he's at. But Tobias could have a significant chance against Vitaly on the left there. But Morizov ended up winning this match, though. He gets to the strap here and then was able to win. This guy doing some crazy curls as well. 6'4", huge frame, super long arms, large biceps, strong biceps. On his Instagram, he was doing like 250 for cheat curls the other day I was watching. Oh, here's him just completely destroying Matt Mask. Some dumbbell curls. Man, I don't do this exercise too often. If you keep that shoulder in there, it can have a good carryover to arm wrestling for sure. It's almost like you're rocking in a hook using your whole body. Here's some Levon type lifts. You know these Eastern European guys are legit and they're doing weight like this on preacher curl. Man, that's one thing I gotta say about like European train, or like some Eastern European arm wrestlers compared to American arm wrestlers, just treat it more. American arm wrestlers sometimes tend to treat it more like something just to do on the weekend here and there, but like they don't maybe necessarily go to the gym and train very consistently in the gym to get their gym lifts up as well, which is only going to help them in arm wrestling. And you can see who the guys are who really take it professional with their gym training, because it takes them to the next level, I believe. Oh, here's him against Tobias again. It's easy hook there. There's another win on Tobias at World Championships, I believe. Crazy to think he's 25. Levon is in his mid-30s. This guy's 10 years younger than him. He's already going to be competing for that #1 spot. Imagine him in 10 years if he's already this dominant. This dude's a fucking monster. Oh, is this the match with Dave Chafee? This is a great one. This is a great one. That's when he top rolled Dave. That's when the tide started to turn. He actually top rolled Dave right to the pad. That was crazy. And the thing about him is he's so versatile. Like, he can top roll. Here you can see this is for the win against Dave. He's able to catch him in the hook, keep his pronation engaged. He's still got his pronation engaged in this position, and he's staying tight. He's transitioning, get his shoulder behind it and leaning down. That was impressive win. I mean, to beat Dave Chafee, that's no small task. That's a big accomplishment right there. The guy's been in the top 10 for like 10 years. Top 5 for 10 years basically. There's him against David. I think you pronounce it David. And those guys are friends too. Oh, this is at that Lotashino tournament. This is like some big tournament in Russia where he had like a dominant performance. I remember watching that. That was in 2020. So the guy's been on the rise for the past 3-4 years, just beating a lot of big names. I remember he beat Zuranov. You saw the highlight of Zuranov. He beat a guy from Turkey, another guy. I think it might have been Arif. Yeah, here's Zuranov again. This was like right when the whole COVID thing started happening, and like there were like underground promotions. That was like one of the promotions he was in. Here's that internal rotation training. Very good for side pressure, finishing pressure, hooking, having that strong internal rotation. You can see right here in his hook is just solid, connected. And there's a top roll. I mean, the guy is versatile. Like, he can hook, he can top roll, he can slip in a flop. There's an exploding hand type position almost. Very, very good supination training there. Here's him just dominating some dude. It wasn't even close, this match. So I think you get the point on Morizov. The guy is absolute monster. You can just see by the list of wins he has here against amazing athletes. And his trajectory is only going upwards as he's bulking. He's over 300. I wonder what weight he'll be at by July when he goes against Levon. I'm going to assume 320, 330, and that's a scary thought. This dude, He was 284 in his last match at East versus West. To imagine him over 300, probably 310, 320. I mean, it depends how far he's trying to bulk, but the guy has the frame for it. He has the potential to be #1 for sure. I've been saying this in recent videos. I've definitely been saying this. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me that Morizov is one of the guys who is for sure going to be #1 one day? I mean, he's only 25. Like I said, imagine him in 10 years. I mean, he's only going upwards. So that's it for the video. If you're new to the sport and you just found out about this dude, well, there you go. That's an absolute monster that you know of now in the sport of arm wrestling. And make sure to subscribe. I'm growing. I'm trying to hit 4K soon. We're getting there. And I appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes. I'd be happy to engage with all the comments and make more videos. Give me suggestions. I'm always down to make new videos, do new ideas. So that's it for the video.